Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to beautiful Toronto. Actually, it's turning out to be a beautiful day. Started off really bad. Then the sun started peeking out. And guess what happened? It's beautiful outside. Wow. But is that what we're going to talk about? Nah. On this channel, we talk about everything and anything that makes us awesome human beings. That's it. And if you take anything personally, that's on you. But is that what we're going to talk about? I know exactly why you're depressed and sad. I know exactly why you're happy. I know exactly why your relationships suck. I know exactly why you're poor. What if I told you only three questions that directs your life every single day? It only takes 3 questions. Even right now, whatever you're doing, whether you're happy, sad, or whatever. 3 questions. When you take control of these 3 questions every day, in every moment, you will either be happy, sad, depressed, poor, or getting to great heights in your life. And what are those? And I learned this from Tony Robbins, none other than Tony Robbins. Question number 1. What am I focused on right now? What am I focused on? What you focus on grows. That's where your energy goes. So every time something happens to you, ask yourself this question. What am I focused on right now? When you focus on hate, that grows in your life. Most people just live their life in automatic pilot. That's not how it works. When you live automatically, when you haven't upgraded your operating system, that's your subconscious mind, then guess what? You will be a sad, miserable person. Most people focus on what? Who do they focus on? They're focused on when they're sad, they're unhappy. I know exactly why they're sad and unhappy. Because they are focused on the past. Most people are committed to the past. That's where sadness is. That's where unhappiness is. That's what ifs are. But guess what? Where do you focus on? You live in the present, but you focus on the future. When you focus on the future, that's where your abundance is. But you live now as if you're living in the future self. You make decisions from your future self. Then guess what? Why should you focus on something that you want? Why? Because focus leads to feelings. Why does it lead to feelings? Feelings lead to actions. Because you become what you think about. Your mind will direct you in that way. So what you focus on grows where your energy goes. That's how it works. Focus on what it is that you want. Then guess what? Ask yourself this question. What does that mean? Whatever is happening to you in your life, always ask yourself this question. What does this mean? Why? Meaning leads to feelings. And when you put feelings towards certain things, it will direct you in that way, in that action. And when you see, thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. When you put meaning and emotionalize it, guess what happens? Guess what happens to your life? You will start feeling it and you will start attracting it in your life. Always ask yourself, what am I focused on? What does this mean? And guess what? Then take massive action. Yeah, take action. So let me ask you a question. Your relationships, for example. You're unhappy. Why? Why are you unhappy? I'll tell you why. Because most people are focused on the past, how it was, what it could have been, what it should have been. Let me ask you a question. When you saw your significant other, your wife or your husband, let's say for example, a wife, or your girlfriend, whoever you call it, day one, you look at her and this amazing, wow, what a beautiful woman. Wow, I'm going to have so much fun tonight. She asks you, can you do this for me? Take garbage out for me. Sure, I will go right now and take the garbage out. Second day comes along. Can you take? Sure, I'll go take the garbage out. A month goes down the road. She says, can you take the garbage out? You look at her and say, do I have to? What happened? Why were you so happy to take the garbage out the first couple of times, first couple of days? And what happened between that time and this time? And now you're saying, what do I look like? Your servant? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Always, what are you focused on? Beginning, you're focused on something that you're going to get and you're thinking in that way. Then over a period of time, you started not being happy because you're focused on something on the past. But if you focus on with that person every day you wake up and you focus on, look into her eyes and focus on the beauty, the happiness, why you started to live with that person. As if every day is day one. Because that creates feeling in your life. And when you have feeling, you will act that way. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. Actions lead to results. And when you start living that way, you are conditioning your conscious and subconscious mind. And you're building these new neural pathways. And you will start looking at that person in that way. And you have taken action. And when you start focusing on that, it starts growing in you. And then you will see the beauty in that person. This is how it works. I just solved your marriage problem right now. See what I'm saying, my friends? This is how it works. And apply this in every area of your life. And let it grow in you. And see what happens in your life. What are you focused on? Question number 1. Question number 2. What does this mean? Whatever it is. What does it mean? And question number 3. Take massive action. And when you start living this way, wow, your life as you know it will transform. Because day one, when that person asked you, what were you doing? You're looking to get something for that action. It was conditional action. Your actions should be unconditional because you want it and you have become it. And when you become it, that is what attracts in your life. This is how it works. If you understand to live this way, your life as you know it will transform into great heights. Live consciously with purpose in this moment now. This is where happiness is. Creation happens now, but you live from your future self. Now is where happiness is. This is where creation happens. This is where you will be happy and with passion. How much passion? That there's only one love.